The album is called Luminous. When during the recording of the album came the album title?
At the end. Every title's at the end. I think it's strange to title something before you know what's in it.
And who came up with the album title?
I did.
And do you know when or where or how?
To be honest, what happened, I came up with the title and Reese suggested that it should be the album title. When? I don't remember. I don't know when. It was just a word. It was it had been around the songs. And then it just became, I feel like all these ideas, they kind of, they emerge, like the songs emerge. It's just, you watch everything, the process is organic, you watch it all grow and watch it emerge from nothing, But it's like it's doing it on its own, really.
But do you feel do you feel that then the lyrics and the album title and the songs, do they come from you, or is it?
I think that they. I don't know if it's. They half come from me, but it's almost like I'm just trying to help them. I'm just trying to help them along. I'm trying to help them appear. I don't think this. I have to get them out of my subconscious, really, rather than anything else. It's never. This is what I'm doing now,
And then the album sound. It's more danceable now. It's more.
Yeah.
How come?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I think. We spend the whole process not talking about it.
And then now you have to talk about it the whole time. Yeah.
I guess it's just that to put it into words. We don't sit together as a band and go, this is the album we're making, or this is the song we're doing, or we're going to make it danceable, or whatever. It's a reaction to kind of, with the energy or tension between the members and playing together and all that stuff is what's important. But, putting it into words is difficult because it doesn't come from that.
Do you like being in the band now?
Yeah.
Even more than in previous years, or?
Maybe I do like it more. I don't know, I like aspects. I think it depends, depending on what you're doing at any given moment. That's what I like. I like different parts of it. But I enjoy writing at the moment because I have a lot of ideas about what I'd like to do.
And do you know what you want to write about, or is it something that you just start writing and then afterwards you see what you wrote?
Both. I mean, I like to try everything. I like any way of, it's all just, it's like finding loads of different starting points. Anything that you can get to make your brain make something. Anything that.
What was the starting point for Chasing Shadows then?
Well, that was, we wrote that it was more like a dance track, that one, because we built it out of, I sang lots of different things and we cut it into place, and then I re-sang it. We cut it together like we were making a dance track, that one. And it took a lot of developing, a lot of different things happened in it.
And the theme of the song? Chasing Shadows?
Well, I mean, what do you mean? What do you want me to say?
Talk about the lyrics.
But do you think is that a good thing, or do you think that would add?
Well, you don't have to explain the lyrics, but it's.
But would it add to the song if I explained it to you?
Well, you don't have. Well, you said earlier in the interview you said that you don't want to explain lyrics, but I was thinking maybe you can.
I don't mind giving clues, but I think explaining them just. And in some ways, they're not really for me to explain anyway, because I mean, you know, they mean as much to me as they mean to anyone else. You know, anyone's definition is just as valid as mine.
What is it for you? It's been 3 years since your previous album. Then the albums before took 2 years. Does it feel like long ago, the previous album, Skying? It's been 3 years now.
Well, you know, we've been a band the whole time, so I guess it doesn't really feel like a long time ago, no. Does it feel like a long time to you?
Well, when I was looking it up, I was thinking, hey, it's been a long time, maybe, yeah. But I do interviews almost every day, so I was thinking, hey, we spoke to you when the previous album was released, not me, but someone else, and I was thinking, 3 years have passed since then.
Yeah, but I guess that's how I feel about it, you know? It's like I realise, but I didn't notice until that point, so I guess it doesn't really feel too long.
No, sometimes people say when you are a band 3 years without touring new material, or then sometimes it can be a bit of a bore touring on.
No, but we haven't. I mean, we were playing a few new songs when we were performing, and we always changed. You know, we changed the set around, and we were spending a lot of time writing, I guess. You know, plus my other band.
Cat's Eyes.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't really got bored at any point in the last 2 years.
Did you get some inspiration from Cat's Eyes that you took into this album?
Well, I mean, you know, no more than you learn something with every album. I mean, every album you make, something happens that, you know, at the very least, there's some tiny little thing that you take from it. So, but it's not really an inspiration. It's just part of what's happening, part of what happened, part of the stream, or whatever. I don't think that it informed the direction of the Horrors album or anything.
No, but maybe there are bits and pieces that sneak in.
Maybe, not really. They're quite different projects, I think, in terms of the way they're written, the way they're made, you know.
What is for you the most special song on the album?
I don't know, because I mean, I haven't listened to it since we finished it, and I probably won't listen to it. I don't know. I don't know when the next time will be. I don't know what the most special song is. I suppose I like the fact that, you know, there are songs like Change Your Mind, for example, that are quite minimal. I don't know what the most special song is.
Were all songs fun to make, or is there certain songs that took?
No, I mean, you know, sometimes, you know, some songs were very difficult and quite hard to kind of get to an end point. But I think that I'm definitely happy with the results, but some of them were difficult, some of them were hard. But it's the only way, because nothing's ever smooth that's worthwhile.
And for you, it's been four albums now. Where do you want it to go, the Horrors?
In what sense?
Will it be something that that is maybe a phase in your life, or will it be like drawing? Will it be forever in your life, or?
I don't know. I mean, I know that I'll always be making music. I don't know. I can imagine that the horrors have a better chance of being around for a long time than some people. But you know, you never know what can happen. Even it's interesting, even as people get older, you know, how their priorities change and how even some people, you know, they want to get married or have a family or whatever. Maybe it's something that they wouldn't always want to do. You know?
Have your priorities changed since your first album?
Well, I mean, obviously, when we started the band, our only ambition was because we just wanted to release a 7-inch record, to have, you know, one of those things that we were collecting, one of our own. And now I suppose we have ideas that we want to expand on, and other things that, you know, that interest us. I guess the priorities, though, the priorities are still really the same. You know, it's still about discovery, and it's still about the enthusiasm of making something intuitive. I mean, you know, I think we've always kept the same intensity, particularly in our live show, but I think there's just a greater level of subtlety in the music that we make.
How do you stay connected to your intuition? Is it hard to?
Well, no, it's just, I suppose you stay connected to it by not discussing things too much.
So that's then for you, doing interviews and talk about the album and talk about the band is something that, well, it's not really suits you, I mean.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I suppose it doesn't really suit me to talk about, for example, to talk about the lyrics in bullet points, you know, this is about this, this and this. But that's why I spend, you know, 95% of the time in interviews trying to dodge the question, you know. So, but you know, that's enjoyable for me because I like to wind people up, or just engage with people. You know, I like human behavior is something that, and human psychology is something that I find very interesting. So, although I don't spend a lot of time in the company of other people.
Why not?
Because I think my personality is more suited to being alone.
Why?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm not really, you know, this isn't really the psychiatrist's couch. But I definitely enjoy analysing people and understanding them. When I was 16, I was a kindergarten teacher for a couple of years. And I taught football, English, and art. And something that I really love is, you know, understanding how children's minds work.
And what did you learn from the period?
I suppose, again, it's not really about bullet points, but I just enjoy interacting with kids because it's kind of, it's just the way they see the world is really, it can be funny and really interesting. It's interesting to see their emotions developing, you know.
But do you feel like a kid sometimes?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely. I mean, I definitely, I feel like that when I discover something that is exciting to me, definitely. It makes me remember, you know, being 3 or 4 and, you know, learning how to draw people's fingers.
Last question, what was the nicest discovery that you made during this album?
Discovery. I suppose it's more watching the process, and again, rather than it being, you know, the thing that we discovered the most or whatever, it was more, I think, that when I look back on the album generally, I think there's more dynamic in it, there's more space, and there are greater highs and lows, you know, and I think that's what's successful about the album. I think, you know, the dynamic is probably the greatest that we've had on a record, and you have to learn to be subtle. And subtlety is what makes music good, I think, in the end. It's what differentiates it from other music.
Do you know why? How come you are now able of being more subtle? Isn't that?
I think it's just from learning to play, you know. I mean, learning just from playing together. We learned to play by being in the band. And it's just expression and, you know, I think if you can keep the enthusiasm and intuition and all that stuff, and you keep starting all your ideas in that way, then all the subtlety is useful later, I think.